This is Veda Sports, only on the VSiN Podcast Network.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the Fade Us Sports Podcast. I'm now 16-18 for the year, only down 2 games after another 2-0 week. Mike is a stellar 23-11 for the year. Mike guaranteed 4 wins this season. He's 3-1. If you shadowed his bets, you'd be up 12 units more if you bet double on his guaranteed picks. Mike the Mouth Mattisau is a 4-time World Series of Poker winner. Mike knows sports, studies sports, and watches more games than all of us combined. Mike, what is your rant?
Well, I don't know where to begin, but I don't care what anybody says. I think they're all absolutely insane. How the Bills could come all the way back and the coach decides, let's go for 2 against a team that has -3 passing yards in the half and 16 total yards in the half and hasn't got and had 1 first down in 8 drives, that we're going to say, let's put the game and possibly the division and on one play when the other team can't get a yard. I don't get it. There's a lot of people that say, well, you know, Josh's foot hurts. Oh, poor boy has his poor boo-boo foot has a little bit of a pain in it. He was perfect. Josh played great in the second half. It makes no sense to me. I don't even understand what I witnessed. I think it's completely like, why would you ever let's go for, okay, he missed the 2-point play, had him wide open. Well, that happens. Why would you put the game on 1 play when the other team can't get 1 yard no matter what they do? I don't get it. I think the coaches are an absolute abysmal, and I'll leave it at that.
I'll just say this, like probably 80% of the people hated that call. On our stream, Cantu was the only one who enjoyed that call.
I liked it. The reason I liked it, though, it wasn't for any of the other stuff. I just don't think the coach thought he was going to make the extra point. It was terrible windy weather. He had just missed one. I think he was like, "Oh,
he didn't miss it. It was blocked."
How the kickers are? Everybody thinks they're stupid kickers. You know, NFL coaches, these stupid kickers. I think that's what the coach was thinking.
It's 37 yards. Stop.
38.
If you don't trust the guy, then he shouldn't be on the roster.
Exactly.
And the other thing on that 2-point conversion, too, they didn't even have their best player on the field. Like, James Cook was not on the field. Like, at that point, 100% it's going to be a pass. Like, if you have Cook out there, you have to respect the run, and you have to respect the role. Like, he's an idiot.
Woodley hated the call.
That coach, I hate that coach. I mean, he's cost them so many games.
Yeah, I can't stand the coach.
They might have 3 Super Bowls if he wasn't doing it.
We all agree that the coach has made a bunch of really stupid strategy decisions. And this one, I think, is pretty bad. Most of us agree. But yeah, we all agree that he's probably cost them some Super Bowls. All right. David, the businessman Woodley, started Speed Survivor. Check out speedsurvivor.com. Our guy Woodley has great knowledge and sharp takes. Woodley, what is your rant?
Yeah, I'm going to change it up a bit. Football went really well. Football, everything's going really swimmingly on that. I want to talk about something that's been in the news the past, a few days in, Minnesota. About a lot of fraud that is going on.
Oh, that's funny.
And no, I'm not talking about the daycares. Actually, I think those daycare owners would be a better ownership group than the Minnesota Twins Pollard family, who are the real fraudsters, and they should be in jail. They should be in jail. They should all be in jail. And it came out that they tried spinning their new bullshit narrative of things are going to be different this time, guys. Like, we got rid of the one Pollard son, and we brought in the younger brother or older brother Tom Pollard, and he gave a bunch of stupid BS quotes about wanting to compete, and it's going to be different now. And, we raised, we sold 5% of the ownership group to XYZ and blah, blah, blah. And for some reason, Minnesotans are idiots. This is the dumbest fan base on earth because they've actually eaten it up. And, it's just so depressing that now we have to go into this more just a desolate winter. The Vikings don't have a quarterback. The Twins have the same owners, and they're pulling the same routine where they're just lying. They are fraudsters. They need to be locked up. I
You
hope
got
that
Max Brosman. What do
I
you mean
hope-
on the quarterback?
I literally hope that one of these like these daycare owners, they should band together and buy the team. And like I think that would like embolden them, and it would be the best thing that could happen in the situation. We put the Pollads in jail and we redistribute their wealth and we just save Minnesota. So I'm calling on Governor Tim Walz to do the right thing. You need to lock up the Pollads. Otherwise, you're out, dude. You're out.
Poor Woodley, the long suffering. You can hear it in his voice. You can see it in his face. The long suffering Minnesota fan.
It's not even. It's December and he's fucking crying about a last place baseball team.
I know. It's just it was in the news.
I'm going to forego my rant. I'm in a great mood. We sold Prize Picks for $4 billion. A lot of you guys bet on Prize Picks. And so I'm in a pretty good mood. All right. We gave you 3 rants, and now we're going to give you our 8 picks in a minute. When we come back, you're going to hear our number 1 picks. See you in a minute.
You're listening to Feta Sports on the VSiN Podcast Network.
We have a contest where we give away $500 a week thanks to our sponsor, Edge Boost. Check out Edge Boost Bet's VSiN Average Show contest. Simply make 7 picks each week, NFL or college, for your shot at $500. Already have an Edge Boost account? That prize doubles to $1,000. Quarterly winners get airfare to Vegas, a 2-night stay at Circa Resort. It's free to play. Join now at VSiN.com/Joe. Mikey, you've been red hot.
Yeah.
What is your number 1 pick of the week?
I mean, I'll take the Ravens without Lamar or with Lamar, because the Steelers are comical. They're a joke. They are what I said they were all year. To literally score 6 points against Cleveland to win the division, they're not going to beat the Ravens. The Ravens have given away so many games. They're so much better than the Steelers. Give me the Ravens minus the 3. I just think it's comical. But guess what? Tomlin won 9 games this year. 9-8. He's going to finish 9-8. 9-8 again. Congratulations, Tomlin. You're 9-8. Yes, that'll keep your job for at least another 10 more years.
First of all,
give me the Ravens minus the 3. I don't think it's going to be close. They stole the game from him 2 weeks ago and likely made a touchdown pass. I mean, he took like 19 steps in the end zone, and they said, well, he didn't make a football move for the 3rd step. Give me a break. They couldn't have. They lost to DK Metcalf showed last week. They have nobody to go to in the red zone. All of a sudden, they're going to all of a sudden, who are they going to throw to? Is Cantu? Are you suiting up for him or what? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I might have to.
They got nobody to throw to in the red zone. They're just not beating this team. If they beat this team, I'm going to just absolutely be in complete shock. I don't see it. Give me the
that was the most. It was the most important game of my week last week, as I just needed the Steelers just to beat the Browns. Seattle let DK Metcalf go because this is exactly what they thought DK would do. He would get some penalty or get suspended. He always does these late 4th quarter penalties, or now it's a suspension. DK cost them the season. This is the knock on DK. Rodgers looked lost out there. They could not move the ball. It was crazy. This Browns defense was locked in. I don't see how they can win this game.
I like what Garrett said too.
I want the Steelers to win it. I want Rodgers to go to the playoffs. I can't see it.
Garrett said they lost the game because they were too worried about him getting the sack record. So Rodgers was throwing the ball, getting it away in 2 seconds, fast as he could, and that's why he was missing every receiver. And you know what? Coming from Garrett, when he says something like that, I kind of think he's right.
Was.
Yeah,
dude, he was
didn't
was
want to be in the
under
record
attack.
book.
Okay, guys. As Cantu likes to say, let me make sense of this. First of all, DK Metcalf. I mean, it's just unbelievable to me that, like, I'm a little disappointed. Cantu put me in touch with DK Metcalf. I like him. His parents live in Las Vegas, and I root for him. But I think that was not his best move there. I think that I really would have thought that Pittsburgh would fly into the playoffs. And then suddenly they put up a 6 points. So I'm really starting to think that the Ravens are going to win this game. I'm going with that pick. Woodley, any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I just don't know how in any universe you can pick the Steelers. I don't think the Ravens are like very good either, to be clear.
Well, do you want to play let me ask you a question, Woodley. Who would you rather play in the playoffs, Ravens or Steelers?
I don't think either one. I don't think it really matters, honestly.
It's way tougher.
I mean, dude, Jackson's like clearly hurt. Like, I don't think they should bring like the odds of him being 100% and running around is about 0. And here's the other thing too.
Look great. Look what he's done the last 2 games. He beat Green Bay and he beat Chicago.
Here's the other thing too is they dropped a hit piece on Lamar last week in the Baltimore Sun where they basically called him like lazy, entitled, all this stuff. I think this stems from a couple years ago when he didn't like suit. Remember, he had like a contract, like he was up for a big contract and he didn't play like in the playoffs because he could have re-injured himself.
I remember that.
I think there's a lot of like angst there. I think like Harbaugh's like throwing him under the bus because I think Harbaugh knows that like here's what happens if Baltimore loses, or I think even if Baltimore wins and they lose in the playoffs by a touchdown or more, they're probably going to make a change, either a quarterback or a head coach. And like Harbaugh's getting ahead of it now, like throwing him under the bus. I mean, these guys are idiots if they get rid of Jackson. Jackson's a like 2-time MVP, very special player. Like he's been banged up. So like, I don't know. And why I say I'm not worried about the Ravens in the playoffs now is like, I think Jackson's going to be like, okay, well, like he's going to make some business decisions. Like, yeah, sure. He could run for 60 yards, but if I were him, I would just be like, you know what? Like, let's just get this season over with. With that being said, is they will beat the Steelers. I think Huntley is
Come on, Woodley, you have more heart than that.
He's looking good.
And you know, I mean, imagine that it was Tom Brady that had the same injuries that Lamar Jackson had a couple of years ago. Brady's going to go and he's probably going to find a way to win the game. All right.
No. I mean, these are big injuries for Jackson. I mean, I don't even think he's like sandbagging it, but so they'll win the game, but I don't think they're going to be.
They're not beating the Texans.
They literally
they're the favorite though.
They literally dropped
the Texans.
They literally dropped a hit piece on their 2-time MVP quarterback who's still in his prime. They dropped this while the season was going on. That piece was horrible because they talked about Lamar stays up all night playing video games. Who gives a shit? Lamar this. We do the practice a little later because of Lamar. It's like the guy is your entire franchise.
I agree.
Harbaugh's a bum.
I was just watching some TV and they said that if they trade Lamar, it would be the same as Dallas trading Luka. And I kind of agree. Yeah, you say what you want.
Mike,
no, he's not the same as Luka.
Mike, you are
pretty
not
close.
allowed to comment.
Let me ask you this.
Mike,
I know what you're saying. I can't comment on the Luka thing.
You
but
can't
know
comment
what?
on the Luka thing.
That's
because
fine.
You said,
but I'm just saying what they said, okay? I think Lamar is a top 3 quarterback when healthy, and the talk about trading him is ridiculous.
That's fair.
I don't think
need to move on.
he's trying. Okay, go on.
We need to move on. We're going to Cantu for his number 1 pick. Now, I want to add a little context to that. Mike was one of the only people on the planet when Luka was traded that thought it was a good trade. That's why we're barring Mike from talking about Luka.
Yeah.
Cantu, what's your number 1 pick?
Chiefs at Raiders. Chiefs -5.5. I love the Chiefs -5.5. I think the Raiders are doing a great tank job. I think they came in and they showed Max Crosby like shooting shots, playing basketball during the game. I think this is a very successful tank. I absolutely love the Chiefs in this game. I think they're going to get blown out with what Woodley said. He likes to watch his 3rd string quarterback, starts with an O. I think his name does. That's my pick.
Woodley.
I mean, yeah, sure. They're gonna tank, and the Chiefs they're gonna win because they have pride in the line. But the NFL like really needs to do something drastic here to prevent this sort of tanking. I mean, that what happened before the Giants game was insane.
Yeah.
Telling like Max Crosby to go home, and then Max Crosby is like filming himself shooting baskets. I mean, what a dysfunctional team. I mean, these coaches and these GMs and these owners are like complete brain dead morons. So like we just talked about how they're going to be stupid enough to trade around. What do you?
This number one pick is the most important thing. That's all that matters. This is the franchise doing the right thing.
No,
this is
not.
the Giants messing the franchise.
They're going to get the number one pick, even if they win. Last week was the game they needed to lose.
No. The most important thing for them is to keep the one actual good player on the team, Max Crosby, who now wants out. They sat him. I know Cantu was like,
doesn't matter.
You're an idiot, dude. Like, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my fucking life, dude. Max
Crosby
is 10 times better than any schlub they'll get in the number one pick this year. This draft class is terrible. The Raiders are garbage. It breaks the foundation of the league when they're like, we're going to go lose. So the league needs to find their balls. They need to actually take away their first round pick, and they need to take like away a third round pick and a fourth round pick, and they need to do like a draft lottery, because it's absolutely ridiculous that this shit happens. Like, the Giants deserve a one pick too. The Giants actually went out and they played a real game. And they won, and like, good for them. Now they're getting the 2 pick.
And the Jets are completely tanking.
But dude, Crosby is that team. Crosby is like top 5 defensive player in the league year in, year out. That guy wanted to play, and they sent him home. That is like, the NFLPA needs to sue them. He needs to sue them, and the NFL needs to come in and change everything, because it's
just forget they also benched their best weapon in Bowers.
And these games are almost unwatchable. I'm gonna go with Cantu. I'm gonna go with Woodley's point that I agree. I
agree with their point that they got to fix it. But I agree that the Raiders you need the number 1 overall pick. You need to get a quarterback.
There's no
you guys can both be
picking.
right. Woodley, you guys can both be right at the same time, right? Like, you're saying the league needs to fix this. Cantu's saying it's in the Raiders' best interest to make sure they get the number 1 pick. I think you can both be right. Now, it looks like Cantu, me, and Woodley all like this pick, Mike. Kansas City -5.5 at Las Vegas.
I think Kansas City might win. I ain't late. It opens 6. It's down to 5.5. Kansas City, I watched that Denver game like – They were so bad. I don't even understand how Denver almost lost this game. It was
they were so bad that they almost won the game.
The defense is
the
defense.
Denver defense is so.
How are the Raiders going to score points on them?
On Kansas City?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends who plays for them. You know,
nobody.
That's a good point.
That game might be 13-0 final score.
After the Raiders got so ridiculed,
I think like 9-0
2 weeks ago for the Eagle game.
Yeah, 9-0.
And then they played their heart out against the Texans and lost. That's why. And then they benched everyone. I mean, if we had this podcast on Thursday last week, the Giants would have been our number 1 pick. I mean, across the board, because of all the news that came out.
Yeah.
I just think I think the Raiders lose. I think they make it close. I think Kansas City's going to lose by 4.
Okay, Woodley, we're coming back to you for your
win by 4,
number 1 pick.
Yeah, it's the Seahawks. We're gonna go with like money line, but I don't think it really matters, because I think it's like 1 or 1.5 anyways. But whatever. Actually, the 1.5. Actually, like, doing the money line, I think it was on what was the game? What it landed 1 last week.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bills game.
I won that because of that.
Yeah, the Bills game. Yeah, if they would have got. Yeah. So, anyways, give me the Seahawks, who are just humming right now. A lot of people thought they would have trouble with the Panthers.
They were terrible, dude.
They started out. They won by a lot. At no point in that game were they in any danger of losing. But they started out
Bryce Young
3-3 at half.
Bryce Young has 54 yards passing.
Yeah, because they have a great defense, and they traveled east. They were a little sluggish, but they won. At no point, like, do you think at any point in that game you thought they were going to lose?
No,
exactly. So they won. They took care of business. They covered everything else there, Mike. The Niners can't stop anything. The Seahawks are the best team in the NFL right now, and Mike McDonald has lost 2 games in 2 years on the road. That is a trend worth. The Seahawks play lights out on the road, and they're going to beat them. Period.
Has he lost 0 games this year on the road, right?
No, they lost 1.
They lost 1.
They lost. I forget who it was to, but it was like late in the season. Whoever their last loss was.
Woodley, any other points?
That was to the Rams.
They're going to smoke them.
Yeah,
they're going to smoke them. It's not going to be close.
Okay, now it's time for me to address my number 2 pick. Okay, just happens to be the San Francisco 49ers +1 at home versus the Seattle Seahawks. This is a massive Saturday night game for the number 1 seed in the playoff. Winner gets a first-round bye. Of course, if the 49ers win, they get a first-round bye, and then they would host every other game, including, if they make it, the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy has averaged 298 yards passing per game over the last 3 weeks since he became healthy after the 49ers bye week on December 7th. Christian McCaffrey is a generational player. Watching McCaffrey get out of trap after trap, tackle after tackle with his lightning speed and his incredible lateral movement has been stunning to watch. Sometimes I'll ask, how did he do that? And then rewind the play and watch in disbelief. The Seahawks have to be exhausted, guys. They beat the Rams in a thriller. Then they traveled all the way across the country to face the Panthers in an early game. Now they come to the 49ers home field. The 49ers are much fresher with the aforementioned December 7th bye, and they left once during the entire month of December. I'm not sure how the odd makers have the tired Seahawks listed as the favorite in this game. Woodley, first.
Hold on. Phil, did you just read like an AI biography on
No,
the
I wrote this
Seahawks
up myself.
49ers? Like, that was one
No,
of the
I wrote this up
weirdest
myself. It was
things
my,
I've ever heard you say. That was like
I'm with you,
artificial.
Cantu.
Did Phil just sound like he was a robot coming
He did.
in from
He
like just like a laser beam?
He couldn't
With
even-
like a beam of light. Like,
No, I
He
think-
couldn't even talk. He couldn't put his own thoughts together. He had to like read off an AI pick.
No. This,
It's like Siri just told us who was going to win the game. Sorry, Phil.
I'm with you. I'm on Cantu's side.
I think he wrote it himself. I think he wrote
Of
it
course I wrote
himself.
it
and
myself. I didn't hear anybody talking about. There's no articles talking about how tired the Seahawks
He
are.
brought up.
I came up with that.
He
There's
brought
no
up-
articles talking about like
Okay, I was just
the
checking.
fact that the Niners have left once in December. I did that research, and I'm not done. I'm not sure how the odd makers have the tired Seattle Seahawks listed as the favorites. Woodley, this is to you first.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Mike, just stop. Let me finish. Woodley, first, the 49ers will win 37-27. Second, how do you think your nemesis, Sam Darnold, will perform? I know that you think of Sam Darnold as your own personal Benjamin Arnold. Traitor.
They can't score. They can't.
No,
score
no, let me
anybody.
answer this.
I'm
Let me
talking
answer
to
this.
Woodley.
Let me answer this. This is a big game. I want to say, like, I give Phil a lot of credit. He put more research into this because he knows he's a homer, and it took him a lot of. He had to like reach. He had to look so far to figure out a way to convince himself mostly.
Yeah, that's what it
that
seemed
like the Seahawks aren't going to smoke him, but like the Seahawks are not giving up 37 points to the Niners. Yeah, Darnold. Listen, like Darnold's not incredible, but I mean, dude, Caleb Williams looked like fucking Tom Brady, prime Tom Brady out there against the Niners defense. That defense is horrible.
And
horrible.
They lost somebody else, I think, to an injury last week.
Woodley, I really thought you'd address my Benjamin Arnold comment.
Well, I don't view him a traitor. No, he's not a traitor. I mean, it's like I think
Sam Darnold.
he's
Benjamin Arnold.
fine. Okay, good. Like it's like Phil spent so much time on this because he knows
I
the
did.
Seahawks are going to win by like 20 points, and like there's
No.
no way the Niners win this. I mean, the Niners gave up 27 to Phillip Rivers. They gave up 24 to Cam Ward. They gave up 38, should have been 45 to Caleb Williams. They could not stop
How
him
has Sam
at all.
Darnold looked the last two games in the first half?
How's he looked the last 6 games in all halves?
They've won. I mean, listen, they're winning the games. I mean, he's got to limit the interceptions, of course. But
I have a great
dude,
take
the
on
Niners
this
might
game.
be might
Mikey.
be the worst defense in football.
I have
right
a
now.
great take on this game. Okay, let's go back to last year, 14-2 versus 14-2. Detroit versus Minnesota. Detroit's defense had been lit up for 4 straight games, right? But the only way Detroit was winning every game and had a chance to get the 1 seed is they were outscoring them. Now you have the exact same spot. Sam Darnold, 1 seed or 6 seed, right? Or 5th, right?
Fifth, yeah.
Or
it's the
6th.
exact. No, it's the only one that can get the 6 is if
Oh,
San Francisco
Seattle,
loses.
Seattle, yeah.
Seattle locked into the 5th or the 1, right? So here we go again. It's an exact replay of last year on the road versus a hot offense and a cold defense. And what happened last year? Sam Darnold got lit up.
Sam Darnold in the clutch, Mike.
Right. My money is on Robert Saleh against Sam Darnold, and I think it's a high-scoring game because look at Seattle played one team with an offense, one in the last like 5 weeks, and that was the Rams, and they fucking shredded them for 36. The other team that had that even had a quarterback. Go look at the teams they played. They played teams with no quarterbacks.
Well, they just beat Kirk Cousins, who you said looked great, and just beat the Rams. They held him to 9.
He said he looked great. It was
Rivers had one touchdown.
Bijan Robinson looked great yesterday. Kirk
Rivers
Cousins didn't do shit.
Rivers had one touchdown. Obviously, they shut out the Vikings. I mean, they've held everyone. The defense has been great all year. I don't know what you're smoking, dude. I mean, they shut down Trevor Lawrence.
Brosmer and the Vikings. What did Brosmer have last week? But dude, the Joker had more points on Christmas Day, 56, than Brosmer had passing yards of 54. Give me a break. And that was against Detroit, the worst defense in the NFL.
All right, guys. I am actually going to give the NFL a little applaud. What a placement for this game. This is the game of the year.
It should be Sunday night.
Exciting.
Not Saturday night. It should be Sunday night.
This is as exciting of a game as the NFL. I think the NFL's got it right. There's going to be a walk-off of some sort on this game. I think it's going to come down to the very last play. I've been so wrong about the Seahawks every game. I don't know why I just can't get them right. I do better with other teams. I'm going to go the Seahawks win on the last play of the game. This game is so important for so many reasons. I think whoever wins this goes to the Super Bowl. I think whether it's the 49ers or the Seattle, the 1 seed is such a big advantage in the NFL. Whoever loses, I think it could be as bad as getting upset to the Bucks or the Panthers. I think they might get one game. Give them one win. They'll probably have a close game there.
If
win.
Seattle loses, they're not going to lose to the Bucks or the Panthers. Okay.
Well, I just think it's a nightmare. They get whoever loses gets one win in the playoffs and they're going home.
All right, guys. Very good. All right, Cantu, we're coming right back to you for your number 1 pick. I like the passion there of the Woodley defending like he was so anti-Sam Darnold. I really thought he was going to grasp onto the Benjamin Arnold. I thought that was clever. But give us your next.
Dude, Phil was just cracking up for the last 12 hours. He's like, wait until I drop this Benjamin Darnold joke, and he's like in his mind, like people are cheering, standing ovations, like the internet, internet. He just breaks the internet with this joke, and it was good. It was clever. It was clever.
All right, Carolina at Tampa Bay. We're going to go for the championship. Well, actually, it might not be the championship of the NFC South after Atlanta's big win. I'm going to go Carolina plus 2.5 at Tampa. Everybody's been kind of selling that Tampa's this much better team than Carolina. And here the odds makers keep disrespecting Carolina. Tampa just hasn't looked the same. I don't know what is wrong with Tampa.
They're 1-7 in the last 8.
They're 1-7 in the last 8. That's good. Tampa needing this help now from the Saints is quite hilarious. That I don't even think they're going to get in, even if they win. They might not get in. Give me Carolina plus 2.5. I'll take a couple extra points.
Yeah, that's an interesting game. This game opened 3, got bet down to 1.5. It's now sitting at 2.5. I mean, I don't know about this game. Like, if it was a winner take all for the division, I think Tampa Bay was like thinking, well, even if we lose, we're going to get right against this Carolina team. It's not good, and we're going to make the playoffs. Now they're like, oh, wow, we have to not win. We have to hope Atlanta loses. That's kind of changes the dynamic a lot, you know. God, I said it last week. I ended up going 2-0 last week, but my actual number 1 pick ended up being Miami plus 5.5 because I just kept thinking to myself, how could the Tampa Bay team that's lost like 7 of 8 just lay 5.5 on the road?
Yeah,
they had 3 people that had Cincinnati still available that took the Bucks last week in Circa Survivor. I think that's completely insane. I don't know. I'm going to go with you on this plus 2.5 only because I think Tampa Bay quit on the coach. I mean, they played hard. Baker just threw 2
Baker's
interceptions.
not playing well. That's the key thing. Not playing well.
I'm going to get back because I'm going to tell you my number 2 pick is connected to that last game. So, yeah.
Okay.
Give me. I mean, I don't know, but I can't.
I'm
live
glad
with
your number 2 pick is connected because we won't have to talk about the number 2 picks too long, which is good because we're running over time a little bit. Okay, so listen, I'm going to be very quick, and then Woodley's going to make his comments. Carolina can beat anybody or lose to anybody. They've shown it over and over again. The most unpredictable, team in the league. I think somehow Carolina's going to win. I think they're going to cover. Woodley?
Yeah, it's I mean, Tampa's a complete mess. Everything. I mean, they have none of the momentum. I mean, they're gonna play tough. I don't really buy this notion that like if it was winning in, they're gonna like.
Danny, that's a consensus pick. Put it on the board.
But
let everybody know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, listen, I was on. I've been on the Panthers all year. I took them for overseas wins, and they're going to have that extra little motivation there just to make the playoffs. Like them going one and done is huge for them. And in Tampa, I mean, Tampa knows they're drawn dead. I mean, they'll try, but I just there's just I don't understand how like Tampa's a favorite in this one. This one feels like a pick 'em, honestly, and that kind of worries me too. Like, what are we missing? Like, what is the thing that is like staring us in the face? But I think
teams that have played Seattle the week bore have not done fared well. The
Carolina,
week.
But this is like it. I mean, this is like for the playoffs. I'm doing it because I want. Like, this is like I'm picking it with my heart. I'm picking it with my heart. Like, my head honestly says like everything just screams the Panthers. That I'm just like, there's just something we're missing here. But give me the Panthers.
This could be the weakest unanimous pick we've ever had, guys.
Really weak.
Okay, hold on. All right, here comes my number 1 pick. Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Number 2.
Number 2.
No. I said my number 2 was San Francisco because I just went out of order because I had something written up for it. But my number 1 pick, if you're ready for that, is the Cincinnati Bengals -7. All right, now you have to buy it down apparently. So you're going to have to pay a little extra juice versus the Cleveland Browns. Guys, the Bengals song goes like this. This is going to be horrible. Who they think they're going to beat them Bengals? Crowd, nobody. Look for Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Samaje Perine to put up 24 points versus the Browns' stellar defense. Yes, it's true. The Browns have the number 1 ranked total defense, but the Browns also have the 20th ranked defense in points per game. The Browns have given up over 23 points per game over the last 5 games. Now, Joe Burrow looks incredible, throwing darts all over the field. Joe has averaged 281 yards passing over the last 4 games. The Bengals will score at least 23 points. Guys, the Browns have the second worst offense in the National Football League. The Browns are 28th in rushing the ball, 29th in passing, and they rank dead last in efficiency at 4.4 yards gained per play. I do not understand why. But the Bengals are rolling right now. They did this a couple of years ago, too. Ever since they were officially eliminated from the playoffs, it feels like they're free and loose. They put up 45 points against the Dolphins and 37 against the Cardinals. Final score, 24-10, Bengals.
I prepared something for this as well. So let me just pull it up. All right. Listen up, degenerates. The Browns are covering the 7.5 against the Bengals this weekend, and here's why I'm pounding the table on it. Myles Garrett is 1 sack away from shattering the single-season record. He started the year with 2 in Cincy in Week 1, and he's ended it the same way, terrorizing their leaky O-line where Burrow holds the ball forever. That Browns defense just suffocated the Steelers 13-6 last week, playing spoiler with fire, and now they're loose, motivated, and hungry to wreck another Ohio party. Cincy's defense is straight garbage. Dead last in rushing yards allowed. I promise to go in somewhere. Pouring out points like it's happy hour, but with nothing to play for, they're mailing it in on a cold January day, while Cleveland's got pride. Draft position to be damned after that upset win. This is a divisional bloodbath. Games are always tight, and the Browns keep it within the touchdown easy. Backdoor cover incoming, baby. Take the counts and cash it.
I love that write-up. Why are you so embarrassed?
Well, because they were joking about ChatGPT, so I don't care about this game.
Like
I threw in Grok, and I was like, Grok, give me a 30-second rant.
You did ChatGPT, and then you accused me. I spent hours last night writing my takes up, and you guys accused me of what you did.
Woodley. By the way, I like Woodley. That was a great, of the cold, wintry night. You know?
Yes.
Cold, wintry night. Well said.
I love it. I love 7.5 here. They hold on, you guys. They beat Arizona, who quit like 5 weeks ago. Okay, they got Miami with the quarterback's first game. That's why I love Miami so much last week. Okay, and I'm telling you, he's gonna get the sack record. The Bengals defense is absolutely horrible. I mean, they're going to make Sanders look good. Watch.
I'm going to use
it's a
Woodley's
division
line.
game. I like give me 7.5. I give you.
I'm not going to be watching this game. I will not
Me
be
neither.
watching. It's the last game of the season for either of these two. I don't have to worry about them till next year on studying. Will not be watching. I guess I hate teams that get emotional wins. The Browns had somehow that's considered the win of their season, like pretty much destroying the Steelers, knocking them out of the playoffs. They're sleeping easy. I think they're going to get blown out. I guess give me like a 28. Well, I guess it's the Bengals defense. They'll score a lot. No, give me a 42-30, 31 game. Give me the Bengals, Phil.
Okay, here we go, guys. That was our number one picks in a very long segment, but filled with knowledge and apparently a Chat GPT take. And my hard work. They accused me of using AI. I would never use AI. Come back with our number two picks, guys.
You're listening to Feta Sports on the VEASAN Podcast Network.
Feta Sports Podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Splash Sports. If you don't know Splash, the founders bought officefootpool.com and runyourpool.com, and they are now live in 45 states plus Canada. Download the Splash Sports app, currently sitting at number 10 in the sports app in the App Store, and climbing, and you'll find all sorts of contests and bets starting at $5. Thanks again to Splash for sponsoring the Fade Us podcast. Okay, we're going to come to Mike the Mouth Matisow for his number two pick of the week. Mike's been hot.
Well, I really like this pick a lot. As I tell you,
You say that every time.
no, I'm not really. I mean, like last week, I was really confident in both picks, and the Saints had to come way back. But I mean, if they didn't have a million turnovers, they'd have won that game by 100. I really, really, really liked Miami plus 11 in the division game against the Patriots. The Patriots have to win to get the 2 seed. If not, they're going to fall to the 3. And like I said, I've been telling people, Miami's played 4 bad games. They played the bad game against the Browns in the bad weather. They played the early bad game against Indianapolis. Then they played the bad game against Pittsburgh. Then Ewer's first game against the Bengals, where Ewer's was not, the team had the big letdown with Tua, them benching Tua. Last week, I thought they kicked the crap out of the Tampa in that game. I watched the game because it was my bet. It ended up being my biggest bet of the week. And it's a division game. The last time these two played, they needed a touchdown late in the game to beat Miami. And I just think plus 11 is – I just don't think the Patriots are that good. I mean, they're 13-3 with 12 wins over teams that don't have a winning record. They've got one win over the Bills, who kicked the shit out of them the last time they played, over a team with a winning record. I mean, they beat a Jets team by 100 last week. The Jets are the first team since 1974 to give up to lose by 23 points or more 4 straight weeks. So that game meant nothing. Miami's playing with pride. They're still playing hard for the coach. Give me Miami plus 11. I really like this game. I think they might win outright. I know that sounds crazy, but I just really do.
Cantu, I see you rolling your eyes.
Not rolling my eyes. I mean, as if the Patriots need any distractions. Have you guys heard this Diggs news? Oof.
Yeah,
boy, that's
wow.
The word
News, it just came out
strangulation.
Yeah.
Strangulation coming up with Diggs. As if there can't be a more of a distraction coming into.
I didn't hear the
18.
news. What can you tell it to me?
Well, the word strangulation in Diggs has come up, and it has
Cardi
to do with
Cardi B.
No, he didn't strangulate Cardi B. Let's not go that. Let's not start Rumorville.
Okay.
But some other girl, I believe, was strangled. I don't know. That's all. ESPN left it there.
It was his chef. They had a dispute about him not paying her.
Oh, it was the chef. Okay. See, I was already putting.
I think he has 3 baby mamas at one time right now. I don't know.
The point is, it's a distraction, Cantu.
Yeah, this is all bad timing on this news. Diggs was actually been kind of playing nice.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of like the Dolphins. The Dolphins are playing nice. You were just putting together some all right games. I think they keep it a 1-score game. Give me the Dolphins.
Woodley, I'm really interested in you. I really want to hear what you have to say on this one.
Do you want to hear what I have to say or Gronk has to say?
You.
Let's hear what Gronk has to say, too.
Listen up, you coconut-oiled, flamingo-riding Dolphins weirdos. The Patriots are invading Miami like a swarm of angry lobsters wearing Tom Brady masks. Tua's going to throw the ball so inaccurately.
Tua's not even
I know.
Gronk doesn't
wait,
even know what's going on.
I thought the game was in New England. I just looked it up.
It is in New England.
It is.
Woodley, never mind.
Gronk
I'm going to talk.
No.
Talk.
Here, I want to say, I think New England's going to come out and crush them. I mean, they got kind of everything to play for at this point. May is going to win the MVP. They did have something funny here about Mike. It said, "Hey, Mike, the mouth, you yapping casino gremlin, go ahead and mortgage your grandma's house on Stafford for MVP." May has it in the bag, and he does. Poor Mike, dude. Okay, so New England's gonna win, but I want to tell a story. Mike had like Stafford as like the lock of the year, and put the biggest bet of the year on Stafford, right? And throughout
to
it,
win the MVP.
he keeps saying, we should have put more. So he had Ben do it, right? Like Ben, and poor Ben is
Ben
tortured.
Jerusalem,
He's
our
like
guy.
tortured by Mike. And throughout it, he's like, Ben, I told you we should have put more down. I should have put more down. We should put more. We should have pressed it, because like I think Stafford at one point this weekend was like minus 300. I think heading to the game last night it was like minus 400. It
started
flipped.
the week minus 550.
And he was like, we should have put more. It was a lock. And then like the ultimate mush. And then that game last night, you can see it in real time. Uh-oh. And at the end of it, it completely flipped. And May is like now like minus 400. I mean, like,
It's amazing, Woodley. We're watching the game and we're getting reports on what the MVP number looks like.
It was awesome.
And at one point, it was 400 Stafford. And by the end of the game, it was 400 Drake May. And it was kind of weird. Poor tortured Mike. He has not had very good luck on his bets.
What is the current line now on that?
It's like
I'm
minus
curious.
400. It's like,
I want to bring something up about my bets. Okay, I have 17,500 on the Bills to win over 11.5. They're resting everybody. The line is down to 6.5. The Bills are going to lose to the shitty Jets, and I'm going to lose that bet. Okay,
You're going to win that one.
I have Tampa Bay to win the division. I was like, well, as bad as they were minus 1,700 4 weeks ago to win the division, and as bad as it all is, I said, well, they just got to win at home against Carolina. Nope, not anymore. Not after Atlanta blows yesterday. Now they don't even win the division if they win. They need Atlanta to lose. That's another 11,000 out the door, right? I got Detroit to make the playoffs. They were 5-1, 99%. The whole team got injured. I lose that bet. I had Indianapolis to win the division at Pick'em. They were minus 535 when they were 8-2. They haven't won a game since.
Daniel Jones got hurt.
Let me see what other game do I have that I lose? Oh, I bet Kansas City to win the division when they went to 5-4 and they look like the best team in the league. They didn't win a game since. What else did I bet? I'm
Stafford.
just going to lose.
Stafford.
Stafford was. With 8 minutes to go in the Ravens game, and they were up when the Ravens were down up by 11, he was minus 1,600. I'm sorry, minus 1,600 versus the Rams with 8 minutes to go, and they were up 16. Then the following week, when the Ravens were up 11, Stafford moved to minus 1,100. Then he was minus 550 before Sunday's game, and I have 45,000 to win 20 on them. And I also have 5,000 at 5-1, and it's all fucking gone, all of it. That's it. And you know what? The reason why I know the Bills are going to lose, I should have made the Jets my number one pick plus the 7 or 6.5. Because you know why? I know I'm going to lose this bet because I've lost every fucking preseason bet that I've been like 20-1 favored on.
Mike, I'm so entertained by you. I'm forgetting whose turn it is to. It's Woodley's turn.
No, I win. I set that up. Oh, my turn for the number 2 pick. Yeah, I'll be quick with it.
We got to be real
Falcons.
quick here.
Falcons. Falcons versus Saints. Minus 3. I'm actually curious. Like, I actually like it even more if Tampa wins. I think Atlanta comes out and like really has, they have that extra motivation. But I think they win either way. I mean, Rashawn Robinson, just went absolutely off. I think, this is an Atlanta team that was eliminated 5 weeks ago, but there's actually a really good chance they could actually end up in a three-way
they
tie.
End up tied in the division after all the games they gave away. They gave away 6 games.
So, them. I said this last week. I like these teams that are finishing strong, and the Saints are finishing strong as well too.
Yeah,
they fall in that category. They fall in that category. But I like the Falcons. I like the Vikings. I like all these teams that are finishing the season strong. And Bijan Robinson, man. I mean, it's just something that's. I mean, that guy the last 5 or 6 weeks has just gone completely bonkers. And I think they're gonna feed it to him 40 times to see just how high how high he can get. So I love the Falcons as a field goal favorite.
Yeah.
Cantu.
Just make it quick. I really want to watch this game, but only if the Bucs win, because then you kind of get to see who comes out and tries hard. You get to see if there's any grudges. They get to control the destiny of the Bucs. I love it. I actually think the Saints are going to come out and try hard. Shook has 2 back-to-back 300-yard passing games. And I don't like that the Falcons coming off a real emotional win over the Rams. Give me the Saints. I think they win or keep it close.
Mikey, can you explain that playoff scenario? How if the Falcons
if they end up in a 3-way tie because of common opponents, because Carolina beat Atlanta twice and they beat Tampa Bay once, would be 3-1 against those 2 opponents, they would win actually the tiebreaker in a 3-way tie. But because of them in the conference having a worse conference record against Tampa Bay, they can't beat. So ends up Carolina.
So you're saying if Carolina loses to Atlanta, we thought that was to go to the playoffs. Yeah. If Carolina loses to Atlanta, they can still go if the Falcons win.
Correct.
Okay, good. I just wanted that clear for the people at home listening.
And you know,
Carolina is and the Falcons are aligned. The Saints and the Bucs are aligned. Just think of it that way.
So here's another thing. And this is just to bring it up, just to throw it in real quick. They opened it, the Rams 10 over Arizona. It's now been bet down to 7 because if San Francisco wins, the Rams literally have 0 to play for. They're locked into the 6th seed. So a lot of people are gambling. Well,
that bet.
Yeah. Well, let's take the 10. Brett Ritchie on our things took the 10. He took the money line, right? And now it's already. I just looked. It's now down to 7. I think that they're going to rest Stafford whether they win or lose. To be honest with you, he says they're going to play because they haven't been playing well and they really want to get their continuity together.
Yeah, he probably plays the first half.
That's what I'm thinking. I think the Rams first half's a good bet.
Okay, guys. All right, so I'm gonna go quickly with the Falcons. All right, we need to move on. We have one more segment.
I'll
to
comment
go.
on that Falcons bet too. That line opened 2.5. It's moved to 3.5. I like Woodley's side in this game. The Saints cannot stop the run at all. That's where their weakness is. I watched the game last week because it was my number 1 pick on the show. And even though the Saints won and because they gashed that Tampa Bay defense, Pollard just was doing whatever he wanted to do on the ground. So I think they run the ball really well. Hey, give the Saints credit, man. Their over-under was 5.5 on the season. They won 4 in a row to get to 6. Give them credit. They're going to keep it close. It's 3.5. I think that Atlanta wants to finish in this division tied. To say they tied, I think he's got the right side. I'm going to go with Woodley.
Okay, guys, we're going to leave. We'll be back with our last quick segment.
You're listening to Feta Sports on the VEASAN Podcast Network.
Folks, you might be listening to this podcast because you want an edge. You have the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Pro bettors spend thousands of dollars on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge. I mean, almost the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VEASAN Pro. With VSIN Pro, you'll get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Just tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VEASAN Pro to cash more bets. All right, so there's not much left happening here.
I think there is something left happening here. The Vikings somehow are 8-8, and if they win against the Packers, resting everybody, Woodley and you are going to win your over 8.5 somehow. Woodley's going to lose his bet 9.5 to me, and he somehow would have only lost by a half, and only because of the way they started off that when they won the game 2, we made that bet or whatever. But look how the fact that you guys have a shot and are big favorites.
Mike,
to go over
the Vikings were 4-8.
Yes.
And I was already texted my bookie. I owe you $5,000. I didn't quite say it, but I'm like, that doesn't look good.
I'm surprised you guys didn't bring it up, but I'll bring it up for you.
They beat some good teams down the stretch too.
I mean, I told you last week that defense was great, and I really liked.
That is a good defense.
I really liked them. I know Brosmer was terrible, but wow, that defense. They might be the best defense in the NFL.
Do the Packers really have much to play for in this game?
Nothing.
Zero.
Nothing.
They're resting it.
They're the 7. They're the 7 no matter what.
As a matter of fact, the backup quarterback's not even playing.
But what's the line? Aren't the Packers still a 6-point favorite or something?
6.5 point favorite, the Vikings. And
Vikings are okay.
I don't think Willis plays.
Yes, Woodley.
No,
we might
Carson.
my little 5K.
It's Carson.
I was thinking of putting this as one of my top picks because I don't think Willis plays, and I think that if Willis don't play, even with Brosmer, I mean.
They got to play him the first half.
Brosmer?
Rhythm,
no,
right?
he's not. No, Willis got hurt. They're not playing him.
They're not playing Willis or Love. I don't.
No,
Willis,
they're playing.
Is Love going to play first half?
No, they're playing Carson Tune. It's Carson Tune. It's Carson Tune versus Max Brosmer. You know, like the real man. What a heavyweight battle that is.
But I mean, I just don't.
Mike, that's fabulous. You brought that up. I love that.
How are they going to score? How are they going to?
I love that. I love
Jacobs
that. The Vikings
won't play. Jacobs won't play. The rest and they're not going to play anybody. I mean, that's a banged up team, and
the line seems a little short to me, even with Brosmer. I think.
I don't know, man. Like
that defense is a monster, and you don't think they want to have a winning record? They're playing hard for that coach.
I know, but Brosmer's like maybe the worst quarterback in the history of the NFL. It's just.
Let's quickly just tell people who we like in this game. I like Minnesota. I'll be rooting for my Packers anyway, probably for no reason. Well, I don't know if I can root against my $5,000 bet, but I will. Woodley, you also like you also said you like the Vikings in this game. Yes, just shake your head. Okay, and then Mattisau, you're the one who brought this up. You also like
I don't.
Vikings and Cantu. Is it a consensus pick? Okay, that's our bonus pick, guys. Okay, we've run out of time. Nice job, guys. Really good podcast. Next week, I'll be in Vegas playing some tournaments. My sons will be in Vegas playing some tournaments.
I'll be in Vegas playing some tournaments.
Cantu, I mean, they have these World Series of Poker circuit events that Nick and Philip are going to play at Planet Hollywood. I'll be across the street playing 10K buy-ins at the studio. See you guys next week.